I recently participated in an art exhibition at my university, and if you got in touch with me through this way, I'm glad, and I really hope that you enjoyed. If you haven't attended the gallery, then I'm eager to give you a glimpse of what my collection is about. So I created a private original collection called Freefall, and it has nothing to do with skydiving. Except a little. The artworks displayed are a mixture of digital artworks, a few actual oil paintings, pencil art, and also there's one collage titled Metamorphoses. If you like what you see so far, let me know by tapping the like button. I actually began working on the idea behind the collection once COVID shook the world. The location I was based in at the time experienced a full-blown lockdown, so by authorities, people were urged to stay home. For months, we weren't even allowed to take walks or to shop. The military would bring bread, water, and necessities to people's homes. It was surreal. So I had nothing to do because my life pre-lockdown was quite shallow and procrastination-y. It consisted of hanging out and drinking every day, which right now I actually quit drinking and cut down on socializing ever since the pandemic hit. So I was also a social media addict. I barely drew or put any effort into my art. Just so you know, here's an example of what my digital art used to look like before the beginning of the pandemic. Compared to now, 3 years later, allow this to be proof that everything is possible. I believe before the pandemic, all those useless things I would do were just escape mechanisms. These were ways to escape from thinking or from asking questions. I was running away from the realizations and truths that I kind of knew deep inside, but didn't want to admit to myself. I just did not want them to surface because then life would get real. And there would be a lot of discomfort involved. Then I would need to solve some things about myself and about my life. Guys, this is nothing new under the sun. We all have escape mechanisms. Sometimes they can be healthy, and sometimes they can be unhealthy and time-wasting. Most people today struggle because most of their escape mechanisms are unhealthy. Hey, if you're enjoying my company so far, you can support me by buying me a coffee. I will leave the link. Anyways, during COVID, there was nowhere to run. At least not for me, because I'm not a movie or series person. Moreover, I did not have any video games installed anywhere. So I had literally nothing to do except to read, work out, and think. I recall how often I would be so bored I'd sit on the couch in front of the window and stare outside. Sometimes I miss the lockdowns. Do you? Tell me in the comments. Let's fast forward and skip all my personal details. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm bragging, but I began writing a novel at some point during the lockdown, and I completely changed my ways 360. 3 years later, I completed my 300-page novel. You may wonder what the novel is all about. All I will be able to say in this video is the idea behind the novel is the following. Our modern world is a breeding ground for sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissistic personalities. Heavy, right? The story hits you with the reality of how the cold, disconnected modern world forges toxic people. At the time of this video, I am still contacting agents, so you cannot get your hands on the novel yet, but hopefully you can soon. So if you want to stay tuned, subscribe, because I will 100% announce updates here on my art and creativity channel. Here's the thing. Instead of escaping with this book, I stared the hideous snake right in the face. I also made illustrations for the novel because I'm an artist, and you can figure that out from this YouTube art channel. I'm really glad I wrote this book because it helped me vent and get rid of a lot of suppressed thoughts and feelings. And I seriously developed my writing skill. Let me walk you through some of the artworks. Metamorphoses, it is a digital collage. I've placed this around the middle of the novel, at the point at which my main character begins changing and embracing her true personality. My main characters are these, Silas and Nadia. Like Nadia, but with a J. I do not want to talk much about the details because I do not want to spoil the story or the plot for you. This is one of my favorites, called Cause of Death. It is a digital artwork created using digital oil brushes on Procreate. The drawn on angel wings are because this lady called Melina has passed away, and the wings are shaped like pill sheets, signifying the way she passed away. At least one of the theories of how she died. For almost every artwork I've recorded and made the processes into 1-minute time-lapse videos, you can check them out by heading over to my channel and checking out the shorts section. Comment on your favorite one. In the exhibition, I left this folder on a white elevated platform. It shows the mood board at the front, contains greetings, and the prelude of my novel. If you're interested in learning how I became an artist, I have an entire video about that here on my YouTube art channel. I will leave the link to it down below, and I will also link it in the end of this video. After the prelude, there is a map related to the story, after which the 2020 pencil art begins. The oil paintings I painted are just 4, and they are those. By the way, the blue one with the clouds is inspired by Vivaldi's classical pieces. With the entire mood of the collection, I was going for vivid colors and a dark fantasy, magical, yet realist feel. I'd like to share I was inspired a lot by Alice in Wonderland while creating my idea, as well as the artworks. I also employed a loose painting style, especially with the oil pieces. I also tried the digital art pieces. I tried to make them look like they were painted on canvas with real oil paints by using certain oil brushes and adding canvas backgrounds and overlays. About the compositions, I took a more intuitive approach, experimental, and tried not to really think about it. If there's any artwork that really caught your attention, I want to let you know some of these artworks are available on my Redbubble art shop. You can order them as canvas prints, framed or regular prints, or photographic prints from my art shop. The art will be delivered to you. In case you're interested to buy something today, I will leave the link to my art shop in the description box. I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing my art and my exhibition. I invite you to join my art journey by subscribing to this art channel. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them in the comments box. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.